Think about the things that you said you want to do and said that you were going to do, but you didn't do, right? Think about all the things that you was about to do this year and you didn't complete because you didn't have a plan, you didn't have an execution style, you didn't figure out what lane you wanted to be in, you didn't figure out the niche you was going to go to. Maybe you had a phenomenal year in 2023, but then you came into 2024 and had a terrible year. Think about that. You don't want another year to pass by without any execution of what the things that you said you were going to do. And if you don't have a plan, then how the fuck could you ever expect to get to where you want to go, right? I don't care if it's going to the gym. I don't care if it's starting a business. I don't care if it's getting a raise in your job. Maybe it's getting a new job. Maybe it's going from a 9-to-5 that requires you to be in person to a 9-to-5 that allows you to be at home. It doesn't fucking matter. Whatever you want to do, make sure you have a fucking plan, right? Because if you don't have a plan, you're not going to execute it the way you think you are. Everybody thinks that, oh, I'm going to write down all the things I want to do next year and put them on a piece of paper and then just miraculously get it done. It's not how it works, bro. Writing things down is not going to happen, right? The things that you write down is not just automatically going to give you what you want. You're not just going to get to the places that you want to go just by writing something on a fucking piece of paper, right? The idea is there, yes, but the habit stacks that you need, the systems, the things that you need in place to get things done are not there, right? So you need to be able to put these things into play by having systems and fucking and habits that are going to get these things done in a timely fashion. Because again, like we said yesterday or in the other video, that the speed at which you get things done give you leverage. What do I mean by that? So let's say you want to get a car, right? Let's say you want to get a high status car. Maybe it's your first Porsche, maybe it's your first car even. Maybe it's just your first nice looking car. What does that do for you? It gives you a level of status that you want. Then what do you take with that car or that position that you've now gotten? You put it in a different spot and you leverage it. So if that's what you want, go get it. But you gotta have a fucking system and plan to do that. It's not just, oh, wake up and get the car and then floss it because you feel good. Honey's shorty get attracted to you because you have a nice car, sure, whatever. But no, there needs to be a plan, and that happens with everything. It don't matter what the fuck you're doing, right? If you want a new job, okay, cool. How are you gonna do that? You gonna go in Indeed all day and apply for jobs all day? What you gonna do? Call all your contacts? Think about it. Is that what you gonna do? But you don't know what you're gonna do until you do it, bro. Right? So you gotta start putting yourself into position to execute. And that execution has to have plans and systems in place and habits so that you get what you want. All right? So leverage everything, bro, but you have to get something first. So it doesn't necessarily need to be materialistic, right? It can be a business move, right? So if you ended the year, let's say you're an entrepreneur. Let's say you ended the year making $15,000 a month. Cool, that's an accomplishment, that's good. However, think about how you can get to $50,000 a month in 90 days, right? How do you do that? So put in place a system that gets you there, right? After 90 days, let's say you don't hit your goal, but you get to 30, 35. You're leveraged now because you have more money to play with, right? You have more options, right? More leeway to do what you need to do. $50,000 is good, but 35 is even better, right? And then when you take that 35 and you have a plan to put it somewhere for money to make money, then you're good, right? Because then that money will garnish you even more money, which then does what? Give you more leverage. It's a game of leverage. That's all business is a game of leverage. 100%. It's a game of fucking leverage. The more resources you have, the more opportunity you have, right? The more opportunity you have, the more lucky you get. Leverage yourself. You got to do more. But you also want to understand the intricacies of what you're getting into. So it's not just, like I said, it's not just write down what you want, then go execute. No, it's write down what you want, have a plan to execute, put the systems and habits in place to execute, and then also at the same time figuring out and having the knowledge on what you're about to go get, right? Because Think about it in this manner. Even at the simplest thing, you want to start a business, right? But you have no fucking clue of what business you're jumping into, what niche you're jumping into, your competitors and what that looks like. All those things are a factor that you got to know, right? Even going to the gym, there are myths in the gym that are spewed out on the internet because everybody wants to be a fucking gym rat or some gym influencer, but they pushing out bullshit. Gotta understand the niche or the market that you're in and understand it well for you to succeed. All right? And I think if you're looking to get into the gym, bro, you should just do it. Get into the gym and figure it out along the way. And that kind of goes with everything. But at least you want to have an idea, a framework, so that when you go in there, you're not just a chicken with no head running around doing absolutely dog shit. Right? Because I think we all have a tendency of getting giddy. I think there's two ways to go about it. You either get really giddy, right? And you go into whatever you're looking to do and you get excited and you do all sorts of fuckery and then end up running in circles, or you get analysis paralysis because you analyze and you overanalyze the situation and then you just don't move, right? So the plan is to move, but also analyze every step and make sure every step is geared towards getting the outcome that you're looking for. You're gonna waste a whole entire year, I promise you, if you don't fucking plan this shit out correctly. And it's a joke, yo. Every year is some bullshit about resolution lists and, oh, we're gonna change this and change that. Absolute dog shit. Fuck all of that shit. Have the plan, know what you're about to do, and just go do it. But be knowledgeable on the subject. So yeah, plan it out. But I'd start today. I wouldn't wait until tomorrow. I wouldn't wait till the next day. I wouldn't wait until it feels right. I wouldn't wait till you get the motivation, because motivation is fleeting in any subject. It doesn't have to just be the gym. It doesn't have to be business. It can be anything. You're only gonna have motivation for a certain duration, right? It's fleeting. It doesn't stay, right? It doesn't do shit besides give you a fucking dopamine rush to give you what? You think you're gonna go into the gym, and then you go to the gym, and then when you start feeling pain, you stop because the motivation has gone. And a lot of us do get into this fucking cycle where it's like, oh, resolution list. You write the resolution list because the outcome seems great, but then as soon as a hard, rocky hurdle comes, because what you're doing is something you've never done before, and it requires new levels of you, which will mean struggle has to break you and build a new person. As soon as you get a little bit of that struggle, all that motivation to have this fucking resolution list goes down the fucking drain. Because you're facing adversity. You can't see that adversity is fucking giving you the strength to do what you got to do and become who you said you wanted to become. So allow that shit to mold you, bro. This is not a joke. There's no time to joke anymore. How many years are you gonna allow to go by until you take your life serious? How many? You gonna go through 2025 just on your ass, doing the same shit, getting the same outcomes, complaining about the same issues? You're not tired, though? You're not tired? I know I'm tired, and I try to change every 3 months. I'm tired of the last 3 months, right? This last 3 months was kicking my ass. Tired as fuck. So be a bitch now. Step into that lane and do what the fuck you need to do. Ain't nobody gonna come save you. Not a motherfucking person. And to give you the God honest truth, ain't nobody give a fuck anyways. So people don't give a fuck anyways. Why the fuck do you care? Why are you worried about it? You worried about people and how they gonna view you after you make this shift into whatever you want. When the reality is that no one gives a fuck. If it was you or me getting the outcomes, right? Do you care about me hitting my outcomes versus you? If it was only two outcomes and it was either me or you, who you picking to get the outcome? Me or you? You, right? Like everyone's gonna choose himself, right? And so you got to get into that place, and that might feel very strange. That might feel different, but lean into it. Fuck it, why not? Right? What you got to lose? Nothing. We got to lose too much. So right, plan it out, write it down, understand the habits that you got to put in place to start the habit stack to get to that goal. And then learn all of the things within that specific niche or category that you're looking to jump into. Competitors, right? Advantages, right? Disadvantages, the pros and the cons. And of course, you're going to get the experience, the in-hand experience by yourself first, but you still want to have an idea before you jump in, right? So get to doing all that shit that you got on your resolution list right now, so that by the time the first come, you're already in a fucking habit stack that's working. You already got systems in place that all you got to do now is critique and refine. It's that simple. Start today, bro. For real.
Boy, Mr. Brown.